this.
It's been 30 minutes since I've refreshed my Creative Studio.
All right, guys. You guys probably talked to a good amount of the people, but if you haven't talked to everyone, we're just going to do intro, your channel, what industry you're in, and maybe one thing about your channel, maybe that you're struggling with, and at that point, maybe someone has some input for you. So let's start over here.
Okay, hopefully I get everything right, but my name is Adrian. Industry, creatives, I'm really into photography. So like what I was sharing with them earlier, I eventually want to turn my channel into more so like creatives, like behind the scenes base of how I do my work. Because one of the photographers that I followed, that's how she eventually became well known.
What photographer is it?
Jessica Whitaker. And I met her last year when she had her meeting, and she lives in New York, so that's very nice. What else? I think one thing that I'm really struggling, or one of the things that I'm struggling with in terms of this is, which one? Finding my voice, and then actually sticking to that conviction, because I feel like I want to execute it the way I want to execute it, but then somehow, some way, like, chatter, just like insecurities and like doubts and all that stuff. So yeah, I think that's it for me.
Yeah. Anyone have anything? I mean, just by watching other YouTubers or your own experience, anyone have some input for Amir? You just got to stay strong and
Keep
stay over it.
keep posting.
Yeah.
You get over it. It's the worst. Your first year is the worst. I was telling somebody earlier, it's like, you're just super cringy.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can hear my voice.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, fucking turn this shit up, I don't care if you can hear me, I'm gonna turn it up.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. You kind of get over it.
I think to break away, you just have to put yourself in a position where you have to do it. Like, I mean, for a while, I was like hiding behind my phone and like a little point and shoot, but now that I have the DSLR with a wide angle lens and then the mic, you can't get away from that, so you just have to do it.
Yeah.
And eventually, you just kind of learn to walk. Just do
Yeah.
it. No one cares. As I was telling these guys, you watch a video again, you're like, oh man, I thought everybody was looking at me. There was nobody there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
It's oddly socially getting accepted, so it's almost like it's not that big of a deal as much
Right.
anymore.
It's weird here in San Diego. You go to LA though, you run into all these people with their cameras.
Exactly.
It's like the
That's
weirdest
the thing.
thing.
Yeah.
We're building that network right here.
Be the first.
But what's funny is that when you see people doing it, you're like, hey man, what's this channel? You're like, hey, what's your channel, dude? Let me follow. So yeah, I think that's where it got fun after he stopped sharing. So
All right, we got next there.
Hi, my name is Jesse, and I haven't started my channel yet, but I'm thinking on teaching Korean stuff. And, I'm having a hard time with studying English, and that's why I was thinking about teaching English, Korean stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Korean stuff's huge. Korean stuff is huge. That's a big deal. Like whether it's K-pop or the food.
yeah, man.
That's big.
Yeah.
I think you'll do good.
You know what? Sorry. You know what you should do is my thought would be actually to post and document the process of you trying to do that.
Oh yeah.
Because that's the biggest thing. Like to have people follow you, like as you grow, to do it is like more impressive than just to see you already done.
Your struggle.
The polished product. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even if you don't post it all right away,
Have it.
you have it,
You have
and
it.
then you start posting it, but then people can start binge watching what you already have up there when you start an actual channel. Because
Yeah.
we struggled with that. We started right away and started posting stuff, and then we just kind of fell off with views.
Oh.
So, if you have something that people can actually binge and start sharing and liking a lot, I think that's a good process.
Oh yeah. Because you have something to relate to. Like somebody, your audience might relate to. Like, oh man, he's trying to make it in that field. That and I can watch. You can watch that process. Plus, you have a big audience if you're doing that.
It's much more human too.
Yeah.
And, people people understand. Hey, man.
That was the biggest thing, man. You try to polish it up, and you never launch it.
Yeah.
Never launch it.
Because Koreans might actually watch you because you're teaching Korean.
And you're
but
here.
You're saying it in English, so they're kind of they're doing like
Yeah.
reverse engineering it,
Exactly.
you know, and then they see you get better. And then,
Seriously, dude.
This is the Korean, non-Korean guy.
no, but
You know what too? I actually can relate to like just the wanting to use our own like native language instead of just English. I feel like just take your time. Actually, just kind of speak. Probably try speaking Korean first, like your native language first, and then like what they're saying, like document the process of you getting better, because at least in that way you're honoring your truth. And then I think in that way you will build your own audience that way. Naturally, I feel like so. Yeah.
And you get better.
Yeah.
Because if you start waiting, then you're like, man. And like 2 years later, you're like, yeah, I got good, but then like now you have to start from zero.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn.
Exactly.
Well, that whole time you could have been
Yeah.
building an audience of just people watching your progression.
All right, Rich.
And those shoes are dope.
Right?
There you go. Those are tight.
Oh yeah,
I
those
need,
are
I
the
need
good
more
ones.
subscribers, so folks.
But yeah, you gotta do. I produced a show called The Hog Unbox, and I think we did those, and those are like $1,000 shoes. Were they? The resale. Yeah, the resale. It was crazy on it. Just so you guys know. Yeah, the resales were crazy on
Don't
those.
step
What?
on the tail.
Yeah, those are crazy. Yeah, Rich.
My name's Rich. I do I'm a beauty vlogger.
Yeah.
I can tell.
My biggest hurdle is that I'm ugly. This is the best you got. No, I do lifestyle vlogs. Basically, I'm not really type to any type of niche. It's just either daily vlogs, challenges, reaction videos, just whatever I feel like creating that day. So, I mean, I guess it could be a struggle sometimes because you're not really attracting like a core type of group, but I'm hoping that eventually I get enough like videos, enough interest that you have like the different sections that are just watching your videos, and then once in a while they'll jump over to this playlist and that playlist, because that, I mean, I just have so many interests, from art to music to my car to sports. I can't just stick to one thing or else it'll drive me crazy, you know. And I'm learning Korean too, so.
Yeah, give them something.
Like you know Korean.
Oh,
You were
yeah,
talking
yeah.
Korean last meetup. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, aren't you Filipino?
Yeah, I've been studying for like 3 years now, so
That's cool.
yeah.
Dope.
So that might be another thing, but I don't want to overdo that on my channel. I'll leave that. I'll leave that to like occasionally, like just by like a few like sentences here and there. Like, oh, can you speak Korean?
Well, it is recommended that you do have a niche, and that's how people find you. But I think you can still do what you do, and if you're okay with not growing at the rate some of these other guys do, then
Yeah,
then
I mean-
what do you think?
I mean, that's not. I mean, the growth is obviously what you want, but it's not something you're chasing either. I'm kind of just happy just filming a video, putting it there, like, oh, look, I have 300 views this month. Okay.
So 300K in entertainment.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting a lot of hate right now on one of my vlogs that I just posted. So.
That's good. That's good.
Thumbs down?
Yeah, dude.
Hey, man.
Yeah, if you're bringing some emotion out of it, it's good.
Yeah. As long as they're reacting
Yeah.
somehow, yeah.
All right. Next.
My name's Aldrin. I do like drone and tech videos. And my
Good
channel's-
stuff, too.
My channel's
Good
Flight
stuff.
Path. It's been good. It's been good. It's been fun. So I've been on YouTube for like since 2014, but then taking it seriously the past year and a half or so. And definitely an interesting space to be in when you look at it from the other side of things and the other angles and the possibilities of it. And I was the same way. I mean, you just kind of, I used to just post, and then you kind of go, okay, now what can I do with this? And you start seeing a lot of potential out there of what people are doing, and you're like, how do they do that? And I want to try that. And what are they doing? How do they do it? So it's been an interesting ride to to where it's at now, which is it grew pretty good for only being a year and a half or almost 2 years and trying to take it seriously.
How many subs do you have right now?
Almost 70,
Nice.
70K. Hopefully by tomorrow.
Subscribe, everyone.
Everyone.
We got
Only
it.
70
We got it.
Where's the TV? You can put the tractor right
It's
there.
okay.
No, but it's like I think the most fun about it is actually like this, like learning, because you're still learning. I don't care how many subs you have, you're still like learning all the time, and there's so many things you don't know. When you start hanging out with other people that are doing it that have 5,000 subs and 10,000, and hanging out with another person that's 1 million, but yet they have 1 million, but they don't know anything like about this stuff. So you're like, it's not about that, dude. Like, it's always good to be around other people because
Tell them who you were hanging out with the other day. It's real cool. And like these are some big names in the industry.
Well, I was at CES, but it ended up being with like Dan from What's Inside and Jace from like the other family vlogger, and the Think Media crew, and Shan Cannell and the Daryl Eves people, all those people, same people. It was good. Peter McKinnon's at the Vid Summits. But it's not like I'm looking at them the same way most people look at it. Like, ah. And the next thing you know, you go hang out with them at dinner, and you're like, no, we're just another dude. Yeah. And they're just like, oh man, like how you doing now? Like like Peter McKinnon, like asking Sean for advice. You're like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, dude, you're asking this dude, and you're like, like
Yeah.
most famous
God right now.
photographer, but yet he's
Crazy.
like all these people sitting there like binging off of the other dude who has 200,000 views or likes or whatever subscribers, but they know everything. Like they know like the nuts and bolts and like the algorithm, how to play with it and all that stuff. So like you just don't know like enough. You're learning from like people that are like working with YouTube, but yet like you don't realize that there's just endless ways of doing things. So I feel like I'm always like you're just like a kid, amongst other people too, but you don't know. It's just fun. That's what makes it fun. So subscriber numbers don't mean nothing. I mean, it means something, but it doesn't mean as much as you might think. So kind of just keep going. That's why these guys use it. Post the next one. Worry about the next video.
Awesome.
So cool. Hope to learn from everyone here too.
Before I talk about that, I'm a photographer and graphic designer and project manager at a print company. So I do freelance graphic design, photography, and project manager at a print company with him. But for YouTube, our YouTube is Half a Hazel. It's our last names combined. We do lifestyle.
It's pretty much like a vlog style tourism around San Diego. We just moved here. He moved here a couple years ago. It'll be a year in February, I think. So coming up on it. But yeah, just kind of going around checking out all the local spots and bringing our camera with, shooting like, we have videos like the best things to do in San Diego, this is the best beer in San Diego, things like that.
The thing we
these
struggle,
challenges.
the biggest struggle is definitely like storytelling. Probably like, because we always just go out and shoot whatever the hell we want. We're just always like, oh, that's a great idea. Let's go shoot that right now.
Right now, yeah.
Not even thinking about like a script or what shots we want to get. So just recently we sat down and like took a break from. We posted a video a week for 8 months, and now we're just like we need to sit down and focus on what our niche is going to be now that we've figured it out a little bit. But yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, the tourism one, I think it's good in San Diego. It's a big deal. We get tons of tourists, tons of people coming in saying, hey, what's the best burrito to get, or best anything. So if you guys are doing that, this is the best city to probably do it in.
Yeah, for sure.
Good stuff.
But the writing down your shots is important. Because I mean, I've tried the whole like, just take a tour of San Diego. I get home and I have like 2 minutes of, because I just
Right.
forget. Like,
Right.
you need B-rolls and all the other stuff, and you're just like, man, I'm already home now. Like,
Yeah.
I should have taken this shot and that shot.
Yeah, and see what your competition's doing. So someone that's doing something like yours, and you'll probably find 5 different channels.
Yeah.
Look at them all and see what you like about all of them, and use that as your format.
Make it better.
Yeah.
Make it your own. Embrace it.
Yeah,
Just don't copy it.
One of the things we're like really trying to focus on is what we've talked about lately is like collaborating with more people. So no matter what you're making or whatever you're doing, like we want to help you do that. And like we've always been wanting to help other people accomplish their goals too. So like whatever you're creating and whatever you're doing, we want to help you do that. No matter how many subs you have, like if you need us to come paint a studio, we'll come do it on the weekend. Like we don't care. We'll come help out.
Awesome.
There you go.
I'll come too if there's beer.
Easy enough.
And we'll film it while we're doing that. Like, that's-
There we go. Content.
Yeah.
Content.
I think
Process.
the biggest thing is content.
The process.
Whatever.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's huge.
We should just all go to downtown, like have a blog fest. Use like everybody a camera.
Oh yeah,
We should do
man.
that.
Yeah.
It's always more comfortable when everyone has
Yeah.
cameras.
With everyone.
Yeah.
Well, at some point, you guys all should go live in here in this space too. But that's a whole other thing. I think we did that.
Which bar is the next meeting at? So what you guys can do
There's
that.
some-
Yeah,
there's some
there's one
content.
episode right there. There's one episode.
Oh, awesome.
I am Marissa. My channel is focused on filmmaking and creative lifestyle. And just a little background on me, so that makes sense. I actually went to film school here at San Diego State University. I graduated last year. I currently work as a corporate video producer, like up in Poway. I do like technology, corporate stuff.
What is your name again?
Marissa.
Okay.
Yes. So, the idea behind my channel is that I don't want to do corporate forever. My main goal is to be a director. I still have yet to know what I want to direct. So, my idea, because YouTube is all about adding value, is like documenting my journey as like a creative professional. Sharing my own experiences, things I've learned to help people who are on a similar path, and also like make stuff. Because like as a director, I need to expand like my portfolio, I guess you could say, or just like my range as a filmmaker. Because then I'll be first of all, also like along the way I'll find what I want to do, like focus on, I guess.
Hey, do you want to do movies or shorts or?
And that's the thing.
Vlogs.
That's the thing. Like I realize now that like new media, aka YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, that's where the future media is going.
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna direct anything, it's gonna be probably a Netflix show, maybe a YouTube original. I mean,
Yeah.
they're just starting to create stuff for that. So it's gonna be online.
Cool.
I'm kind of not saying I'm like anti-establishment. I'm not saying like if someone called me up to go work for Paramount Studios, I'd be there. But I'm not like resisting the traditional, but like just trying to be more like future thinking. Like that's where media is going. I mean, I watch most of my content on YouTube, Netflix. As far as like what I'm struggling with, I mean, I think just starting. Like I have a lot of ideas, but like putting them into motion, and also like I've made videos, so I just did Vlogmas just to get like discipline to like put out a video. Like if I can sit down and put out a video, and like it was supposed to be good, just the discipline of putting out a video, then like I can do one video a week. Like it shouldn't be a problem. But I don't want to just be like sitting at a camera and like talking to it. Like I guess my visual storytelling is definitely something that I need to build up and find time to do.
Well, like you said with the filming the process, it's like people see what you're putting out, but same thing with the Korean. People see what you're putting out, but they don't know what goes into it. Like I'm big into sports, so it's like I follow athletes, and it's like this is what they do in the moments they're on camera, but it's like what's it like behind the scenes? What's the work like to get to that point of being a professional?
So good to watch.
And then like the big YouTubers that I admire, Drew McKinnon, Casey Neistat, like we also forget that they had careers before they were on YouTube, and that's why they're gods of YouTube, So just taking that as inspiration, but also like, hey, I could be them one day, but I have the opportunity to like document that process, like build my own career, like outside of YouTube. Like I hope YouTube becomes part of that, but also like my main goal is to direct and like be a working director. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, well, my name is Erica. I'm not a YouTuber right now, but I am an
aspiring TV writer trying to break it into Hollywood so I could become like TV writer and personality. Like I'm definitely trying to like vouch for the Asian American community because there's not a lot. You know, Crazy Rich Asians, BTS, those are hot right now, but I think we could also do a little bit better. I don't really do YouTube just because like I feel like maybe on my behalf I'm a little scared to put myself out there and to be vulnerable like that. And it's like once it's out there, and I'm not one who wants to make like tacky stuff because you know filmmaking is really expensive. So you know, for me, it's just me trying to be considerate of the content I produce to help enhance my reputation and stuff like that. But for sure, I'm definitely into show business and the entertainment industry, and I'm definitely trying to get into the process of moving to LA. So if anybody is into that, you know, let me know.
That's awesome.
Really.
Yeah,
I'm female, I'm Asian American, and I'm also LGBT, so like I
Yeah.
have all
Representation.
fucking representation in one body.
Well, hi, I'm Jessica. My channel's kind of schizophrenic, so don't look at it. I used to start out with animation, but then I started doing a little bit of like movie commentary, and I really enjoy editing. So because I actually used to make a lot of music videos and stuff back in the day, handmade, of course. Yeah, so I wasn't. I guess the only the struggles I kind of come across is before I was really camera shy, so you can probably chart it. Like most of my videos in the beginning, like there's no face or anything. Later on, I started getting in front of the camera. But yeah, I think that's mainly it. Just I guess comes to meet up, just trying to see if anyone's like down to collaborate. I'm like, I guess my biggest thing is I like to edit. I love to add comedic tones sometimes with the editing, because I think that's where sometimes you can input that. If you're not like a crazy personality, you can do a lot with the editing and make it more, I guess, colorful. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Are you Premiere or Final Cut?
Premiere.
And the animation she's done, it's really cool. So you guys gotta check that out.
Yeah, you guys can watch that one.
I know it takes a long time, but it's really cool. There's been a couple meetups we've been to, and people want to get with animators, but I just know it takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
My name's Glenn. I'm in IT, basically my whole life. Been playing games my whole life, and then
What do you play?
all kinds. I prefer games where you work together, because I like the narrative, I like the story, I like purpose, I like something, a goal, and I like when things goes wrong. I love that, and I show that on my channel. So my channel is not polished; it's like raw footage. But it started like years ago, where people like kept saying like it's funny, you're funny, Glenn, you like say funny stuff. So one day, as you said, like I was starting a YouTube, polishing, didn't release anything. Then one day I started, and it was bad. I thought it was good. A year later, I saw that episode as whole. But yeah, like I'm getting better at it, and doing collaborations with other streamers and YouTubers. So it's going forward now, which is nice. I can see a progression. One thing I'm struggling with, because I'm Danish, so I have an accent. So like all the American terms and language and all that stuff, I have a trouble with that. But I'm getting better every month, every year. I can talk better and better, but I don't want to lose it either. I want to keep my accent.
I would think it would sound cool, like hearing it.
Yeah.
Very
boring.
Yeah.
Very boring.
Everyone's used to it.
Actually, the accent makes people pay more attention.
I think so.
Because if you've ever,
Yeah.
because I remember I used to, when I was like younger, I used to work at like call centers, and the people with the accent would actually get more sales because people would actually pay attention to them. And here I am speaking to them, and you have no idea what they're saying, what I'm saying, but the guys with the accent, it's almost like you're sitting there and you're like, it forces them to kind of pay attention to whatever's happening in front of them. You know, it doesn't blur.
Maybe now it might change because now if you get an accent, you're like, what call center is this going to? Oh man, that's another spam call.
I've done a lot of call centers. I have. So yeah, I love it. I've done it my whole life, playing games, and why not do it on the side, record it, maybe editing it a little bit. I have been changing my style, so I started with one video a week, and I just started 2 weeks ago with video every day.
Oof. Daily vlog.
Video game channels are
'cause streaming.
real.
Well, I don't do streaming. I do YouTube, but I have done streaming
You on
before.
Twitch? You're on Twitch streaming?
No, not yet. I
Ooh.
should
Oh,
go
man.
away
Yes.
too. Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's doubling up right now.
Yeah.
That thing's getting big.
And I'm getting better at the intro and the exit, so when I play with other people that are live streaming,
Yeah.
I'll mute the whole Discord community, and people can only hear me, and I'll do my exit, then do my intro, and then I'll like jump in the Discord and be with all the other people. It's working good. I'm still working my style. Like it's a process, as you said. Like I love it. Like you always learn something. Like talking to other people, or streamers, communities. And I love games and hanging out with other people.
And you want the most watch time, man.
Yeah.
Enjoy that because that
Yeah.
just kills it in watch time. That's
Gaming
all you
is
need.
huge.
Yeah,
like
the
you say,
computers
doubling it up.
ridiculous big. So
Switch
that's my
YouTube.
problem. Everyone's doing
So
it.
easy to
So
go
many
down
doing
rabbit
it.
holes.
So
Yeah.
I had to find my niche.
Yeah.
So we'll see what
But
happens.
it sounds like you're not doing like the big popular games. You're not doing
No.
Fortnite and
I do,
PUBG.
I don't do Fortnite. I don't do Counter Strike. I do more like community games.
Dota?
Where no, it's like where you build stuff. Like you got like Atlas, for example. I don't even heard about it. Well, like,
No. So that
I
would
don't
be a
even
niche
do-
because
Yeah, that's
not
a
everyone's
niche.
on there for sure. So
it's
Yeah.
it's definitely a niche games that I do, so that helps my channel right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see where it
So
goes.
what is the biggest game right now that you're like filming?
Atlas for sure.
Okay.
Just came out last month. It's exploding in controversy. Like it's because it failed. Like the release was horrible. The server was crashing. Profiles got deleted. The people like worked like 200 hours on building the ship, and then like it just
No way.
Oh,
disappeared.
that made me cry.
Next day, they logged in, like, oh, there goes my 200 hours. People could log in for weeks, and then they get attacked, and then their whole base is gone, all that stuff. So, yeah,
wow.
it's interesting.
Did you record all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, some of it
there we go.
recorded, yeah.
That's it, yeah.
Slash guy.
Chaotic. That is what it is. Yeah, so I'm having fun with that. Yeah, stuff like that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How have you seen it change so much when you went daily?
So my quality. So I don't have time for editing
Yeah.
that good, but the audience seems to be more forgiving.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, like he's like one person's video every day. Like we can't expect like AAA 30-day production one video.
Right.
And my audience has been very positive, giving me feedback, and doing tutorials and stuff like that. And, yeah, so I haven't lost any viewers, and the people that subscribe and see, I have like a steady. I'm slow growing,
Yeah.
so that's my issue. I'm not growing fast, not losing audience. So keeping doing what I'm doing now, but something has to change.
Have you tried just streaming on YouTube? So you don't necessarily have to edit. You just kind of save. After
Yeah.
that, then the next day you stream again, and just saves. And
Yeah, I think I need to double down, as you said. Like I need to go both
That's what a lot of
ways.
people are doing.
Yeah.
They're doing it all on Twitch and just saving out and putting it out to YouTube.
So a lot of Twitch users are doing the thing that I just said, where I mute the channels where you talk to the community that you're playing with, and then they do the exit, and then they'll start again with the intro, and then they'll cut that, and they'll do it live stream, so actually people on Twitch will hear everything that you do, so it's confusing. I might need to go that way, but people seems like forgiving for that. Like,
you can live stream on YouTube too, right?
Yeah.
they do the live
I've
cuts.
seen that. I've seen my friends do it. I'm not a big video gamer, so I sit there like, oh, this sucks. they're like my good friends too. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, I
but
want to do like raw. I don't want to edit. I've done
Yeah.
so many edits. I've done it 3 years. In the first year, I polished all these videos. It was working, but I couldn't release videos as fast. So I started the intro and out and exit live, got better at it. And, yeah, I think we're gonna do that. See what happens.
Because what's her name from last week? She did all her art on a. She was just live streaming.
I think she's recently been doing live streaming, just because she wants to come up with regular content, but sometimes you just don't have the time to sit and edit and cut it. So every so often you could just do a live stream to fill that gap.
A lot of my friends will live stream and then they'll cut that into multiple episodes
Yeah, on YouTube.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
So they'll take like a 20-minute live or an hour live stream and then grab like that 10 minutes that they talked about a specific subject, and then that's their video with a new title, a new thumbnail, and now that's a 10-minute video on just that little piece of that live stream.
2 for 1.
So then you basically can spread that one live stream over 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
So you just post every other day or every 3 days or something, then it kind of keeps the algorithm.
So you just keep the full one, but then you have like the
You
cuts.
cut it.
Yeah.
No, you don't even have to keep the full one. You cut it. You can.
yeah.
You can tell people, like a lot of people do. Like you can watch the whole stream, or they'll break it apart into things. So
Yeah, exactly. Man. Do really high quality and then doing like maybe every
because
second.
the consistency is the big
yeah,
deal.
people love me like a video a day.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of production.
Yeah.
It's a lot of time.
Try
Like,
vlogging.
I'm loving it. Oh, yeah, please, I love it.
Try multiple angles.
Yeah, right.
It's a vlog, you have one angle.
5 angles, 5 videos.
Yeah, when you're doing game, it's a little easier.
Yeah, it's
you
a little
have
easier when you get
content
into
every
the
day.
flow.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's always people messing up and blowing
Yeah.
themselves up and losing
Yeah.
their ships and
Yeah.
doing stupid stuff.
Right.
So I love video games. So
Yeah.
I'm down to replace them.
Yeah, stress and endless. I'll show you some crazy stuff happening
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
It's nuts, man. It's really nuts.
I'm Josh. I'm one member of a group called Mixed Vegetables, and we're just getting started. So we don't have a lot of content out, but we have stuff recorded that we're working on.
How many people?
It's 5 of us.
5 people. Okay.
Yeah. And we are basically like mixed. Like as so many of you were saying, it's like it's hard to do just one thing. So we have a gaming focus that we were talking about earlier, because that's kind of what got us together, is that we were playing games together and we wanted to do more things. We're film students, so we wanted to create short films, write them ourselves, produce them ourselves, direct them, all those things. And then we also have a podcast that we run, that we just sit down and basically talk about whatever comes to our head and our own opinions on the world and everything. And our goal is someday to be like a big production company and just be able to do all the incredible things that we want to. We're currently looking for more gamers, writers, animators, directors.
Network.
We've done I created actually a vlog that was for the best things to do in San Diego, which didn't go over well, but I did make it. I love tech, so that would be great to just talk about that. And I'm sure I could find a use for Korean.
Do all of that in Korean.
Yeah.
Like a guest on your podcast.
Hey,
Exactly.
if you have the subtitles,
That's right.
right? It's global.
So yeah, I'm definitely more of a producer than a content creator currently, but I'm hoping to do more things.
You edit videos? What is your strength?
Video, yeah.
Editing
It's-
video?
No, it's
Producing?
DP,
Oh, okay.
like actually being behind the camera.
Gotcha. Cool. Anything you struggle with specifically that you might want some input on?
Well, any advice for just getting started really would be great, because we have all these things that we want to do. We have these big ideas in our head, but getting it actually out there and getting equipment that's thousands of dollars is kind of an issue.
Yeah, you probably don't need the big things.
Yeah.
Like,
Not to
yeah,
begin with, no.
most of the guys that are big, they don't even have like anything super crazy. Like you can probably get away with some mid-level stuff.
Yeah.
Crop
Content is
cameras,
bigger.
DSLR.
phone.
Yeah, we shoot on our phone.
Yeah, we shoot
The
at
front camera resolution.
Phone it with $100 gimbal in your hand.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
yes.
literally what we do.
Yeah, concentrate on your
How'd you know?
content
all you
more
need,
than the
man.
quality.
Yeah, I
Because
think
quality would probably be more film, movies,
Right.
but when we're
Not
talking
on
YouTube and
YouTube.
stuff, and
It's okay.
it's,
Yeah.
it's more forgiving. Yeah.
yeah,
It's, it's forgiven if you have the content.
yeah.
Right.
You know,
Focus
I
on
watched all my
content.
videos when I first, 2 years ago. I was in like a shitty conference room at my office at work where I would shoot at lunch. So it's just like crappy fluorescent lights, and I'm like doing a product review, and I'm like, oh my god, this is fucking the worst, dude. But at the end of the day, no one had content. It's just, it was there.
Yeah.
And no one said like, oh my god, your lighting sucked. Like people,
Yeah.
real people watching it, like advanced people were probably like, it sucks. I'm not gonna write it though.
Because I think I was telling these guys, no one cares about your blurry background. No one cares about your color grading. I mean, at home, my lights is like the Home Depot clip lamps.
Yeah.
Because I don't really have room for a lot of like this stuff I can't put away, so I just clip it, set the lights, like put a little paper in front of it to diffuse it. And,
I mean, the only people I think that need to do that are people who are like, if you're a filmmaker, you probably are grading your own YouTube.
Right,
videos,
yeah.
and you probably should be doing that. But everyone else, like, no one cares.
yeah, I mean, I have a DSLR because I got a good deal on
There you
it. I mean, somebody was getting rid of it. They're like, yeah, man, you can have it for $100. I'm like, okay, we're good to go.
Did everyone sign up so I can pull names here in a little bit?
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is honestly just starting. Like that was the hardest thing for us. But when we did it, we posted every week for almost 8 months. So like, once you get to actually doing it and getting a consistent schedule of like, hey, this is when we're gonna post, or even like, if you say, I want it close to these day ranges, you'll be fine. Like, just getting that schedule.
Set a goal.
Yeah, set a goal.
Yeah.
Try and like really push to go for it.
Your biggest critic's always going to be yourself, like you said. You can watch it yourself and notice something new every time. It's never going to be something
You'll never,
Perfect.
you'll never want to launch it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then you launch it like it was like the best video, like the most has like the most views. Like, that was my worst video.
Yeah, that's
That was my worst
dude.
video.
Exactly.
Oh man.
Also, everybody's done that. Like, oh man, this could be a good one.
Yeah.
And 3 days later, you're like,
Damn.
what? 25
I
years.
just spent 12 hours editing that thing.
Exactly.
So, that's cool.
Least but not last.
Here with him.
Oh, no. Come on. Let's go. You're not getting that. Nice try.
No, my name's Jose, and I'm a portrait and fashion photographer, lifestyle. I created my YouTube channel. I created the account, but I haven't fired it up yet. Mainly because I shoot by myself. I'm like a one-man show, so it's hard to have like a camera, B-roll camera somewhere to actually get the behind-the-scenes stuff going.
Almost everyone in here is one man show, right?
Yeah, yeah, but
Man-to-man shows.
yeah, and then I'm probably just gonna put an adapter for my iPhone or something just to
Yeah.
get that in there. But I haven't done that yet, as I've been busy with my other projects at the other studio and stuff like that. So, but I definitely came here to network and meet everyone and see what the creative community is about out here. I also do video. I've been doing video for like 10 years. Just editing, color grading. I'm probably gonna start live streaming like editing, like portrait retouching and things like that.
Oh, that's a big one.
And
Is that
just to get it
oversaturated?
out there, just to get the content out there.
That's pretty good.
Huh?
I think
That
that's
thing
good.
is
I think that's a good one.
No, I know it's oversaturated, but
No, I think it's good.
But I mean,
Yeah.
in the local community, I have a lot of people that have asked me like,
Yeah.
how do I do things? So,
Not
I mean,
in San
just
Diego.
streaming just to do it in San Diego.
Yeah, there's not. I feel like there hasn't been a niche for like a.
Oh yeah, there isn't anyone in San Diego that does that. A lot of them are
they're
LA.
they're
or
everywhere.
around
New York,
here.
LA.
Yeah, so
That'd be big. That'd be huge.
yeah, so I mean, I just wanted people to see how I do things and how I go through the process as a photographer from start to finish. So once I get the behind the scenes stuff shot, I'll probably roll that into some of the live streams I do. But yeah. And again, just like most people said, the hardest thing is actually creating that content and being able to get it out on a schedule. So hopefully starting the live streams will help me get into a rhythm of doing that on a daily basis. So. and I've known him for like what 10 years now.
Yeah.
That's why I showed
Yeah, he's a photographer. He actually does you teach some classes at another studio, right?
Yeah, at Hendo Studios in Kearney Mesa, I teach classes on how to use your camera for video and photography, lighting, product photography, things like that. And yeah, that just started taking off in the past couple weeks. So that's definitely something I do on the weekend.
Cool. All right, I'm Nelson, and thank you for coming. I've met some of you guys before at the other meetups. I run that San Diego YouTuber meetup with Jessica's help there. Thank you. And yeah, I feel like our San Diego, our city, isn't as big as it should be. I mean, we're 2 hours from LA, and everyone's vlogging in LA. Everyone's moving to LA, and we're just right here. And I feel like we just need to just create it. And so I think that was my big thing. I threw a convention called the Vlog Summit last August, and that was just the biggest thing, is just trying to create that network down here in San Diego. And I think there's enough of us here every week, or every 2 weeks we meet, and there's just new people every week, and so many hungry people, and I want to be able to help everyone get there. I want to be able to help people network and find and utilize people like Jose or one of you guys with whatever you guys need help with. And I'm opening up this studio to do just that, to help shoot at a place if you need to create content, or if you just need to network with people. I want to be able to have a whole list of photographers, web designers, whatever, and then also run people's social media pages. We used to do that in the other industry I'm coming from. So yeah, thanks for coming. Hopefully you guys all signed in, because now you guys can take a picture of the sign-up sheet, and now you have network for the future. And hopefully in the next couple months we'll get things running and start networking and doing vlogs out of here with all of you guys to network and do that. And with that said, I know I was gonna, whoever came and filled out their sheets, I don't know if you filled out your sheets, but I just took everyone's name on the sign-up list, and I'm gonna pull a name, and you guys will get 2 hours free access to the studio, shoot, or do whatever you guys need to do in here. So here we go. Drum roll. Yeah, don't look.
I'm not looking. I'm not looking.
I'm not looking.
I'm all sitting there like,
The winner
all
needs help. I'm down.
Here, go ahead.
Need help.
I mixed them up for you.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
Marissa?
Marissa, you need help.
Yeah. So we get the schedule going. I just started this like 10 days ago. It used to be a vape shop, and now we're turning into some studio spaces, and we'll build out if needed. But yeah, we'll get you on the schedule, and whatever you need
You'll
to
see all of them in here with her 2
Yeah.
hours.
collab with everyone.
There you go.
So yeah, welcome and thanks for coming. I'm not kicking you guys out, but I think this is around the time that everyone has to go home and eat or do something. So whatever you guys need to do. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think it's more.